You grow when you physically leave a place. Now, what does that mean? One of the things that I've experienced in my life, and I see it consistently with a lot of other people, is that as people, we tend to be the reflection of the people around us. And what does that mean? That means that if you, let's say you have a group of friends that you met 10 years ago. Now, a lot of the time, what's happening is when you meet these friends and when you're spending time with these people, you are often to yourself who you were when you met these people. Another example is when people go back to visit their parents, when you're sitting in your parents' living room with your parents, every human being become 10, 12, 15 years old again, right? Like even if you're 50 today, if you're sitting at home with your parents, you feel like you're much, much younger again, right? And it's kind of the same effect you have with friends. It's not just an age thing, but it's like you feel you're someone that you used to be rather than who you are, right? And particularly with friends, the way I found out was actually because I've been physically moving around a lot. And what I realized was that, as a person, you develop, right? But for a long time, you keep staying the same person to the friends that you were when you first met. And what very often happens is you actually grow. So when you move somewhere else, you then go somewhere else, you meet a new group of people, and suddenly they see you as who you are now, right? So a lot of the time when you meet old friends, for example, they would still look at you, at least the reflection in your mind is still who you were when you met. But new friends will basically see who you are right now. So very, very often when people physically move, they actually do a huge growth because they allow themselves to be more who they are, right? And they basically, like whatever you learned, whatever you developed over the previous years, that allows it to be you. And when you meet those people, you're a different person. And that's one very interesting learning experience that I've done that I've actually really helped me understand a lot about myself, because pretty much since I was 18, I've been very much into self-development. But what I did notice was, every time I'm physically moved, or every time it sounds difficult, but changing your friend circle, right? Very few people can do it, and very few people do it, right? You're just, when you go somewhere, when you have a group of friends, you really tend to stick with them, right? Very few people replaces at least a significant amount of the friends around them, right? But sometimes it happens. I mean, I sometimes I would even have different circle of friends, right? Like sometimes if you start a new hobby, so let's say, I don't know, that could be anything. Like let's say you start sewing and you go take sewing classes. Now, if that's a whole bunch of group of people that are not the same as you normally meet with, again, the same thing kind of happens, right? You're a different person with those people. So one of the big challenges I generally see for growth is try and find people who help you get a self-reflection of yourself, of who you really are today. And I'm not saying you can't grow with your friends around you, but I'm saying it's not necessarily the friends that are judging you, but it's actually your self-image when you're around those people that can be difficult. And I'm sure there's exceptions to this, but I've really seen this being the case for many people.